Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Freedom Friday. This is your girl, Miss Q, aka Apostle Q, BKA Cornetta Thomas, your mind whisperer, president and CEO of Diamonds in the Rough, Diamond Dynasty, and Diamond Graphics. Y'all come on in. As you can see, I have a very special guest right over here. I'm gonna introduce her in just a few seconds. Before I do that, you know I gotta do the preliminaries, y'all. Y'all tap on in, invite some folks. We gonna get really real tonight, y'all. Like I'm gonna let y'all in on some stuff that a lot of y'all probably don't know. And I'm doing this with a purpose and for a purpose. So come on in, invite some folks. The folks that I want you to invite tonight are the ones that are misfits, the ones that are castaways, throwaways, black sheeps, people that are hopeless, people that have really crazy pasts, have done really crazy things. Because I want to give you some encouragement tonight. Hey, Cassandra, how are you? Thank you so much for joining. Y'all tag 5 people in this room. I need you to tag those diamonds in the rough, okay? Tag some diamonds in the rough right now because I want to give them some encouragement tonight. I'm going to give them a sneak peek, okay? I'm gonna give them a sneak peek from the trauma to the turning point to the triumph. Okay, so we we're gonna dig a little bit. I'm hoping and praying that little mama over here don't hurt me too bad. I hope she don't put me out
About
there
that.
too bad. If you would like to be if you would like to be interviewed on Freedom Friday, please send your submissions to DITRINTL Corp at gmail.com. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and send me an inbox or you can write it in the comments because I do check my comments. Let me say hi to some folks really quick. Hey, DJ Manny, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all be sure to tag 5 people, or if you don't want to tag, just share. Share to your page, share to some groups, pull some people in here because I'm about to get real gritty. It's about to get really gritty, and I really want to give some people some hope tonight, okay? Really, I want to. Hey, Angie. Hi, Angie. Thank you so much. You know, it's always an honor when I see your face. I thank you so much for all of your support. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Y'all don't be ashamed. Show me some love. I want to see some hearts in the chat. As a matter of fact, I want you to tell me where you're watching from because I do know that there are some people that are watching from out of state. A lot of times, even out of the country, I've had people from Africa. I have people from the Bahamas, from Jamaica that are watching. Yes, y'all, we international, y'all. We is international. And you know, we on Roku and we're on other radio stations. So we're literally being broadcasted all over the place. And it's only by the grace of God. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for sharing. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you too, Angie. I thank you. And I be watching you, girl. You be giving me, you be giving me my life. You be giving me my life. Okay. All right. Cassandra's from Dayton, Ohio. Of course, we know Angie is from the 305, the MIA. Y'all know I'm ratchet. Y'all know I'm just a little bit ratchet. I cannot help myself. But I cannot forget to say a thank you and send a major shout out to my brothers, Jacob Anderson and Eddie Jones, for putting me on the map, sponsoring me, believing in me, pushing me when I didn't want to be pushed or bothered. They would not take no for an answer. And I'm so grateful because God is doing a thing, y'all. I can't even talk about everything that's happening because it's just not time yet. But when I tell you God is doing a thing, God is definitely doing a thing. And of course, it's because of God, first and foremost. But if it wasn't for these two brothers right here, Jacob Anderson and Eddie Jones, really supporting and pushing me. Listen, I don't know. Let me. I don't want to get all in my feelings just yet. I don't want to get all in my feelings yet. I see y'all love. I see the hearts. Y'all keep sending them hearts. Y'all tag some people in this chat because we getting ready to get started. All right. Okay. So I know y'all probably wondering who is this bad little baby over here. is this bad little baby? This is my daughter, y'all. This is my daughter, my beautiful, amazing, spectacular, brilliant, gorgeous, genius headache. This is Alexia Burns. And to me, this wouldn't have been done properly if I didn't have somebody interviewing me this time. And I felt like who better to interview me than somebody who knows me all too well. And she gonna tell y'all if I'm lying or not. Okay?
Girl,
Trust me. Really, she's gonna tell me if I'm like, hey, exactly, Cassandra. Hey, little apostle. You see that?
hi.
Hey, little apostle, little apostle, little apostle. Okay, y'all, this is Alexia Burns. This is my baby. This is my baby girl, my youngest daughter. She just had a birthday. And I just appreciate her, even though
Oh Lord.
I ain't even gonna do it to you. I ain't even gonna do it to you, but you know where I was gonna go. You know where I was getting ready to go with that.
It's okay.
Miss Angela said you're beautiful. Yes,
Thank
ma'am. Thank
you.
you so much. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and dive into these questions. I gotta tell y'all, my heart is beating so fast right now.
Mine's not. I'm not ready.
Cause I bet it ain't. Cause you ready. You ready, ready.
I'm ready.
You ready, ready. You
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 ready?
was born. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm nervous. I don't know what's getting ready to happen.
Okay. Yep.
I
You
don't
got.
know. I don't know what's getting ready to happen. So, I'm gonna pray, ask God for grace and mercy on tonight. If y'all know the words of prayer, I need you to keep me lifted up because I don't know what she's finna do. I don't know what she's finna say. I don't know. Y'all keep me lifted up in prayer on tonight. But my baby is going to interview me tonight. Tonight's podcast title is The Backdrop, y'all. The trauma, the turning point, and the triumph. Frederica Russell says, "Hey, daughter."
Hi.
Yes, yes. Thank y'all for the love. I see the love. I need some more hearts, though. I need me some more hearts. Yes. Hey, mom. Yes. I love you too. I love you too. Yes, 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 yes. Thank y'all so much for the love. Thank you so much. So, my purpose for doing this particular podcast is because a lot of people are in my inbox on a regular basis and they're telling me how much they're inspired by me and how much I give them encouragement and how much, sometimes when they're at their lowest, they click on one of my videos and it pushes them to the next place. And for me, that's so humbling because I know where I came from. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I come from very, very humble beginnings, y'all. And it's interesting because a lot of people only know this person now. You only see the end result or the what's the word, the production from a process that took a really really long time. You understand me? And I feel like I need to give y'all the process. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Ella, I see you. I see you. I need to give you all the process. The reason why I need to give you the process is because I want you to understand that regardless of where you are in your journey, hear me very clearly, regardless of where you are on your journey, I don't care where you are. I don't care what you've done. I don't care about your past, your history. I don't care about your hiccups, your pitfalls, your weaknesses. I don't care about none of that stuff. I promise you, if you continue on, if you keep pressing, if you continue to believe what God said about you, regardless of how bumpy it gets. This little one right here is my witness. It done got bumpy. Ain't that right, sis?
Real
It
bumpy.
done got real bumpy, y'all. But regardless of how bumpy it may have gotten, I always held on to God and I always gave him back what he said about me. Okay. A lot of times I didn't even believe it myself. But I continued to press. I continued to go. I'm not even going to get into what I began to do because then we'll be getting into the conversation. And we don't want to do that. I don't want to jump the gun. So, but I really want y'all to understand that there's hope for you. Because God is no favor of persons. Like seriously, that's a real thing. God is no favor of persons, even though I feel like I'm his favorite. But we ain't finna go that on tonight. But God, whatever He did for me, I promise you He'll do the same for you. The same glow that everybody is saying that they see, the same transformation that people that have known me for years say they see. And now, mind you, I'm not perfect. I still have some stuff that needs to be worked out, and it will be worked out. But I'm surely not who I used to be, okay? I'm telling you now. I'm surely not who I used to be. But I want you to understand that regardless of where you are on your journey, how dark, how ugly, or how treacherous, treacherous, that's the FK word, how treacherous it might seem, there is still hope for you. If God did it for me, He will definitely do it for you. Okay. And if you know anybody that is in a space in their life on their journey that they feel hopeless in, I want you to pull them into this conversation because I'm going to talk some real stuff. Okay. We finna dig into some stuff that, hey, man. We finna get really real on tonight. We finna get, little pasta, you ready?
Hey,
All right. Wait, let me breathe. I'm nervous. Okay.
yeah, need some water.
Okay, I'm ready when you are. I'm ready when you are. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Go ahead. Jesus, keep the wheel.
Okay, so we all know you got 3 businesses, big balling,
Oh, guys.
you know. But your first business was Diamonds in the Rough, correct?
Absolutely.
So I want to
She's so
know
ratchet. Girl, we gotta be
how.
professional.
Okay, you're right. How did it come about?
Okay. So the way Diamonds in the Rough came about, I was actually still in a really rough process at that time.
Mm-hmm,
And I was working in the medical field. I was working for Jackson Memorial Hospital. I was actually working at a satellite clinic and I was working in the obstetrics wing.
mm-hmm,
And I just got through, doing vitals and whatever on a patient. And I
mm-hmm.
sat at my desk, and all of a sudden, I heard the words diamonds in the rough. Like it hit me like a brick. And I'm saying to myself, diamonds in the rough, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, what is diamonds in the rough?
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard God tell me, look up the definition of diamonds in the rough. So, not even diamonds in the rough, look up the definition of a diamond or the process of a diamond. And when
Mm-hmm.
I looked up the process of a diamond, I found out that diamonds come from volcanoes, y'all.
Yep.
Like, I'm about to give you what I'm about to say, but I need you to hear it with your spiritual ears. Diamonds come from volcanoes. A lot of people don't know that. And once the volcano erupts, and the lava begins to spill on the ground, what's in the lava are coals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, imagine charcoal that you use to do a barbecue. Diamonds are hiding in charcoal. That's dirt. That's grit. Hear me, I'm already preaching. That's dirt. That's grit. That's grime. That's nastiness. Diamonds are hiding inside of coals. So what happens is once the lava begins to fall to the ground and cools,
Mm-hmm.
the coals begin to surface. And what the miners do, the miners go and they collect all the coals. Once they collect all the coals, they begin to chip the coal. Listen to me. I hope y'all hear what I'm saying. And don't think I'm just talking. They take the fire, they take the coal from the hot lava, okay? And they begin to chip away at the coal to produce what's underneath that coal, which is the actual diamond. And once they do that, they set it on fire again.
Oh, Lord.
Okay? That's like the partial process of producing a diamond. It comes from fire and then it's chipped away and then it's set on fire again. When I read that, I started to cry. I was literally sitting at my desk and I started to cry because I felt like that was my entire life. Has anybody ever felt like you can't win for losing? Who am I talking to already? Has Thank you, Chantel. Purification. Has anybody ever felt like you can't win for losing? Like you just can't progress. Nothing is ever going right. Everything seems to be always going wrong. You can take 10 steps, one step forward, and then you take it 10 steps back. It feels like every day is woe is me. It feels like there's no hope. And when I read the description of or the process of a diamond, I felt like you speaking to me. That's my life. Going through fire, being chipped at, going through some more fire, going through all kind of vicissitudes and storms, just constantly going through. I'm talking about day after day after day with no break, y'all. Day after day after day with no break, just going through, going through, going through, going through. And then God told me that I was going to produce a nonprofit called Diamonds in the Rough. And that's how I got Diamonds in the Rough. And what ended up happening was I started mentoring like 15 girls. And then, some things took place and then a couple turns, took place, but we're going to get to that, I'm assuming, in a moment.
Yep. Oh Lord, I like that because that makes sense. It's a diamond and the volcano. That whole scene is like literally what people go through. It's literally a person. Like we're volcanoes about to erupt, but
Woo!
people don't know that when we erupt, there's a diamond there. But they don't see the diamond. They see the eruption. So it's just like
Woo!
uh-uh.
Y'all
But
tell little apostle stop preaching. Y'all tell little
no,
apostle, calm down. Calm down, little apostle.
that's I love that example. It was like for I'm glad you looked it up. So that it's going good to my next question because I need to know,
Okay.
Oh,
Okay. I think I'm ready.
so like during that whole the little process with mentoring, what was like your biggest your failure? Like what was a failure that you went through and how did you go move past it? Like if you had any failures.
Yes, I did. The biggest failure I had in starting Diamonds in the Rough was allowing people to dictate to me what my process was going to look like, or what my process was supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
What my process was supposed to look like. And the reason I say that, it's because when woo when I started Diamonds in the Rough, I was still struggling. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, like, really struggling. I mean, like, I was still smoking weed.
Yeah.
You
Feeling
know, I still say it again.
like you're still in your volcano about to erupt.
I was feeling. Listen, Lil Apostle, I'm gonna get you a shirt that say Lil Apostle.
I-
I'm gonna get you a shirt that say Lil Apostle. But yes, I was literally about to erupt. Like, I was literally going through so much chaos. I was going through so much pain. I was going through so much that I could not comprehend. And I was struggling, right? I was really struggling. I was smoking weed real, real bad. I was
Mhm.
smoking a lot of stuff real, real bad, to be honest. But God told me to start this thing, right? And I wasn't considering my weakness. I was considering God's strength. I need somebody to hear that though tonight. I
Mhm.
need you to hear that you need to consider not consider your weakness, but you need to consider God's strength. And if God is telling you to do something, I need you to get started like ASAP. Okay, because you don't know what the production of what he's telling you to do is going to produce. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know whose life is on the line. You don't know who's wavering in the balance, waiting for you to take the next step. Instead of who am I talking to? Instead of considering your weaknesses, I need you to consider God's strength. Okay. And that's what I did. And I want y'all to learn from my mistakes. I considered people's thoughts of what my process was supposed to look like. I considered people's thoughts of what my journey was supposed to look like. That was my biggest failure. Why? Because it cost me a life, literally. Okay. So, without trying to get into the entire story, because I don't really want to expose anybody like that. That's not my mission. But I allowed people to get into my head and make me feel like I wasn't worthy to help these young girls. Again, I said before, I was mentoring 15 girls. I was mentoring 15 girls. And because certain things took place in ways that people did not like, they tried to sabotage. So what they did was they would try to pull the girls out of my program. Fix your face, sis. Fix your face, sis.
Mm,
Fix your face.
your face
Okay,
stretch.
Right. Not too much, not too much. But they tried to pull the girls out of my program, right? Because I was still smoking weed. I still had a lot of weaknesses. I still was doing things that, the saints would say I was going to hell for, but it was literally all a part of my process. So they pulled the girls out of my program, and I had a meltdown. Like I fell apart because that's what was giving me the strength to push and keep moving regardless of what I was struggling with, because regardless of the fact that I had these issues and these weaknesses, I pulled on God to show me what to do when it came to these girls. And God would give me different tools and different strategies to help them. In 30 days, like I would see 30-day turnaround with these girls. You're a witness. You were there. I would see 30-day turnarounds with these girls. Like I'm talking about drastic, dramatic transformations in 30 days. Okay. But because people felt away, sometimes they be mad that it's you. Lord, I said I was going to be nice.
It's the
But I
truth.
feel like somebody needs to hear that. That sometimes when you're in your process to greatness and you came from the slums, okay, they be mad as you. So they be trying whatever they can to try to sabotage. But listen to me very closely. Can't nobody curse where God is blessed. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Praise him with the trumpets and the
Mm.
cymbals. Because we're going to keep it holy on tonight, y'all. We're going to keep it holy on tonight.
Please, please.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna hold it. So that was my biggest failure was allowing people to get in my head and convince me that I was not equipped or qualified
Mm-hmm.
to do what God told me to do.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to what I said. I let people dictate to me that I was not qualified to do what God told me to do,
Right, because
and
who?
it cost me a life. But we're gonna get into that later of how it cost me a life. All
Yeah.
right, sis. Go
No
ahead.
makes sense. And I feel like that even though you let people get into your head, now it's too many people, it's too many kids dying, killing
Yeah.
themselves. Instead of keep saying you're gonna do something, you gotta actually start doing it and actually
Yes.
putting in work, because just saying you're gonna do something is not doing anything. So we have got to get this back and running, ma'am. No for. We're gonna work on that. We need
Absolutely.
so we'll
Absolutely. Y'all see, I told y'all she was gonna check me. I
yep.
told y'all she was gonna check me. But that wasn't just for me. Lil Apostle was talking to one of y'all too. I just want you to know that.
Are y'all listening? Cause I'm saying something.
I'm gonna need you. I mean, she's saying something now. She's saying something. Y'all better listen with your good ear.
So
Go ahead. I'm listening.
let's get a little personal. Just
Oh glory.
poquito.
All
So
right.
I
Go ahead.
don't know about three. Like it doesn't have to be three. It could be less. It could be more. But I don't know about three people that influence your life, and how did they impact you? I know one of them is me. It's okay.
Oh, I mean, all three of y'all have
Yeah.
impacted me. I have to say that first. All three of y'all have impacted me in ways that I can't even explain because I don't want you to suffer the way I did.
Yeah.
I don't want none of you all to suffer the way that I've had to suffer. I've suffered immensely.
Mhm.
And you've been a witness. I've suffered immensely. So once I was in my right mind, because at one point, y'all, I did lose my mind. I literally lost my mind. I really literally lost my mind. Like I could have got committed. Like it was that I was this close. Someone was getting ready to call them peoples on me. So once I finally gained my mind back and I took a good look around at y'all and I'm like, I don't want them to go through what I went through. And I understood that I can't just be talking and running my mouth trying to tell y'all what to do. I had to work on me first. And I had to allow y'all to watch me work on me first so that y'all can obtain the tools just by watching versus me running my mouth and giving you game with my mouth. Like I had to really work on myself
Mhm.
and allow y'all to see like the rawness of my process and allow y'all to see every mistake that I've made and allow y'all to like let you in on my secrets and let y'all in on the stuff that I've done that I'm not proud of. You know. You understand what I'm saying? Like I had to, and it forced me to do something different because I was determined with everything in me to not allow y'all to go down the same rabbit hole that I went down. So you all three of y'all, you, Tanea, and Zion, are my number one inspiration, hands down.
Aw.
My number two inspiration is my mother. My mother. My mother, because I didn't understand until I had children the amount of strength that it takes to deal with a child that has been called and marked by God. They say you pay for what you put your parents to, and I'm paying for it thrice. Okay,
Real.
I'm paying for it three times. I'm paying
Mm-hmm.
for it thrice. So my
Right.
mom is a huge inspiration for me because I now get the amount of strength, the magnitude of her strength, the woo, because I put my mom through it, y'all. I put my old girl through it. I mean, I'm surprised she ain't lose her mind. I put her through it, and it didn't dawn on me until I had children how much strength it takes to go through with a child that has been called and marked by God. It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. And she never folded. One thing I could say about my mom, no matter what I did, no matter what I put her through, she never folded. And if I say mama, she comment. My dad too. God rest his beautiful soul. God rest his beautiful soul. But my dad too. Like my dad was a pillar for me, a pillar of strength. And I don't want to talk about that too much because
Yeah.
we both don't need to be on here crying. But my dad was anyway, yeah, my
Yeah.
dad was amazing. Thirdly, oh glory.
Don't start the tears.
Thirdly, and this is truly from my heart, regardless of anything, Charles Thompson and Francina Thompson. Because when I was young and I was out here in the streets, running the streets, doing crazy things, they pulled me in and they loved on me. I mean, they really loved on me. I mean, they loved on me in a way that just didn't make any sense to me. And at first, I bucked because I didn't know what that looked like. I couldn't comprehend why you love me, what you want. That was my question. Like, what do you want? Why are you taking such an interest in me? Why, no matter what I do, you just don't give up on me? Why is it that you consistently just love me and love me and love me and love me? It's because they saw something. They saw something that I couldn't see. They saw this day and they pushed me. They pushed me. They pushed me, especially Fran. Fran, whoo!
Yeah,
Fran
literally
was, listen, literally
lower
pushed me. Like, say it again.
right in the lower abdomen.
Listen, I'm talking about she had her foot in my neck like she wouldn't let up off me, that Francina Thompson. Francina Thompson would not let up off of me. And I hated it at first because they were forcing me to transform. They were forcing me to see a different perspective. They were forcing me to take accountability and look at myself. And I hated it. I didn't want nothing to do with that. But now, in hindsight, when I look back, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all of it. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, in between, all of I'm grateful because it literally brought me here to where God is doing so much in my life that I don't understand. I can't even catch it all. It's coming so fast. Okay, but go ahead, good girl. You know I'm long-winded, girl. Will be on here about 3 hours trying to
Oh,
work this thing out. Come
okay.
on with it.
But I want to know what. Well, not what, but when did you realize you were different? Because I know you. It took you. It took you a process as well to figure out who you were. So when did you realize you were different?
I realized I was different. I think I might have been like 7 or 8 years old.
Uh oh, real young. I like that.
I was really young. And I was walking down the street one day and I saw a dead chicken on the side of the road.
Them Haitians.
Listen, you better stop.
Let me stop before I get canceled.
Just in case, we are, Haitian descent, Haitian and Dominican descent. So she not saying nothing crazy. We talk about our folks. These is our folks. These is our folks. Okay. So I was walking down the street. I can't stand you. I was walking down the street and there was a chicken on the side of the road. And for some reason I was drawn to this chicken. And it's just so weird, but I will never forget this day. And I got on my knees and I heard something say, and now I know, of course, today that something was the Holy Spirit. I heard something say, lay your hands on that chicken. And without fear, without hesitation, without any reservation, I literally laid my hands on that chicken and it started walking. I swear on everything that is good and holy. I
Oh,
laid my hands on that chicken and it started walking. Okay. That was my pivot for me to realize because I sat on the floor and watched that chicken walk away and it was gone, but I was still sitting on the floor trying to figure out what just happened.
right.
Like I was blown away because I'm a kid. Like I don't really comprehend healing and the spirit. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just like, what just happened? But it was that moment when I realized, like, I must have some kind of superpower. Like I must have something because that don't make no sense. I heard the voice say, touch the chicken. And I literally watched this chicken get up and take off. What's going on here? What's going on here? But that's when I realized that I was different. And from then on, like I would start to see different things. Like I would start to see spirits manifest. I would start to see or feel entities like walk past me. I would start to feel, hear, smell like just weird stuff that I could not comprehend. I would see shadows. I would see like little midgets running past, or I'm so serious. People think it's the craziest thing, but this is real life. This is real truth. I would see people standing next to people. I would see so much that it would freak me out. So I would try not to see it. But
Hmm.
that's when I discovered I was different.
So would you say that's like that was also when you discovered you had a gift, or was there like another time? 'Cause that's what it sounds like.
I don't think I knew I had a gift then. I was too young to understand what that meant. I
Mm.
discovered that later that what I had from that time was a gift.
Yeah,
I
let's talk.
discovered, yeah, I discovered later that what they tried to diagnose me with was really my gift.
Hmm.
You get what like I was able to put the puzzles together, put two and two together and realize like, "Oh, okay.
Not crazy.
That's why I'm not crazy. Thank you. I'm not crazy. This is my gift."
Hmm.
Yeah, so I found out later, but I was able to connect the dots from when I
Okay.
was a child and realize that I had a gift.
Okay. So
This is good, girl. You're doing good.
a little nervous. Let
Don't
me
be
stop.
nervous. You
Oh,
got
I'm
it. Little
not.
pasta.
No, I'm not. What is a
Little pasta.
what's a nervous? Mm. But when so like if you could go back, you probably had this question asked before, but I want you to go a little bit more deeper.
Okay.
The whole diamond in the rough thing. If you could go back to your 18-year-old self and give yourself advice, what would you say? Or say anything to your 18-year-old self, what would you say? What would you do? Take your time, sister.
Don't you run that car into that canal.
Hmm.
Throw that bottle of pills away.
Hmm.
Oh, why you do that to me? Why you do that to me? You're worthy.
Mm-hmm.
You have more for you than against you.
Yep.
You're amazing. You're loved. You have greatness ahead of you. You can't afford to lose hope now. That's what I would say to my 18-year-old self. Get in the house.
So what but like why do so why would you say it to your like explain like why would you want to say that to your 18-year-old self? What did you experience? You need that you feel like you needed that you feel like you needed to hear when you were 18, but you didn't hear it?
That I was worthy, that I was valuable, that I was loved, that I was important, that things were not always going to